What we're going to do in this finishing class, if you will, it's chapter and verse, meaning we're going to start at the beginning of how to prep your wood, sanding. You know, everybody loves to sand. And you know, through the years, all these finishing classes that we've taught, we find that everybody hates to sand. But the problem is they don't ever know when to stop. And even after they've sanded their brains out and they get into staining and dyeing something, they have issues. We're going to show you how to avoid that with things like things we call trace coating. And what is it? And using trace coating to accentuate figure and so forth, so on. You know, whether you're looking to do something like this Bombay we built, where while it's dark, we wanted to match the antique it was copied from. And we've done that. How did we do that? This is mahogany. We have a glass smooth surface. How did we do that? This finish is off the gun. We sprayed it. How did we get a finish that we didn't have to rub? We're going to show you how to do that as an example. If you look over here, here's a corner cabinet in process. The inside of it's painted, but the face frame on it and everything can be removed because it's obviously tiger maple and we want to accentuate that. But we don't want to try to have to do paint on the inside, finish on the outside, because we want nice, clean, crisp lines. We want everything to be pristine. So how did we do that? Very simple. We built it so that the face frame could be screwed on. This is a segment we call building to finish. When you've been at it as long as we have, you start thinking about the finish from day one. And if you don't make access or pre-finish things, you could be in trouble. These are just a few things. Let's look at a few more. This Bombay you're looking at is now ready to finish. You're actually going to see the entire process of finishing this. A big case. We've got several more. You know, I get emails all the time says, you know, I'm doing a set of kitchen cabinets or this, you know, big, large pieces. How do I handle this? We're going to show you. You know, I tell people, I said, I'm not going to tell you anything I think. I'm going to tell you what I know. You know, when we were going through prepping for this book and this class, we have spent literally months and months and months testing, experimenting with. We already knew the products. We already knew. But the other thing is, with internet, there's a lot of myths and a lot of rumors. I know. I get the emails after the fact. And again, what we're trying to do is to make you be able to finish and successfully. You know, here's just an example. You know, we were talking the corner cabinet about building the finish. Well, here's the molding for the Bombay that's made separate because when we attach it, it's going to make it more difficult to finish around the bottom here. If we can make the molding and attach it after it's finished, we have full access. Much easier. You know, if you look right here on this side, we had some worm damage on the inside of this big, massive piece of mahogany. How are we going to handle it? How are we going to cure that? How we fill it so that it's there forever? We'll show you. You know, hand applied, predominantly oil finishes. You know, oil, shellacs. We went through and tested and tested and tested about every oil you can think of. We tested them to see what was what, the clarity, you know, all the rumors about this oil yellows and that oil this. We clarify all of that for you. You know, here's another example. This is a piece of cherry. You know, you read out here, it says, you know, the oil finishes, can it blots cherry? Well, what do you think? It sure can. But how do you control that? How do you handle that? We're going to show you. And if you see the color on this, the way the oils affect coloring a piece of wood, is it something you want or something you don't? What's the durability factor of these? We can tell you. Not only can we tell you, but we're going to show you. We're not making anything up. You're going to see it full time, real life. We're going to show you how to apply them, how to use them, when to use them, what works, what doesn't, how to tint colors, how to make your colors. You're going to have many of our formulas that have served us for 40 years. Here we are testing water-based finishes and solvent-based finishes. What's the most durable? What's practical? If you're a guy that's got a little shop in your basement or out in your garage, a lot of these finishes you might not want in your house. But then there's a lot of them that you're fine with. We're going to cover it all. And then there's always the oops factor. That's what we call it. When you're spraying something, you get something that looks like this, how do you fix it? How do you get out of trouble? There's a lot of that. That's just a small premise of what this show or class is about. This is not a weekly thing. It's going to all be there, and we're going to constantly be adding to it. It's something you can go in. Every subject is there. There's going to be a forum, interactive forum, where you can come in, ask questions. If it's something we can't answer, then we'll video it and put it up. This is about you being able to successfully finish and know what you're doing. I was reading on a forum that this guy had spent months and months building, I think it was an entertainment center. And he went to one of the box stores and he bought him some little spray unit. And he's all excited because come Saturday morning, he's going to go out here and spray it. And I know the unit he got, and I know the product he was using, and you're like, oh no. I feel sure 10 o'clock Saturday morning, this guy's bubble had pretty much popped because what he was intending to do wasn't going to work. But everybody on there is telling him, yeah, it will. It didn't. Long story short, we contacted the guy. Sure enough, he had issues. We got him through it. This is to prevent those things from happening. The class is fee-based. It's $12 a month. And if you have an interest in it, you can drop us an email or check us out. It's cnwoodworking.com. We're not trying to, it is what it is. And like I said, it's $12 a month. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe at any time. I'm Charles Neal. I'll catch you later.